Hello, everybody, and hello, Steve.
Hello.
Welcome to Total War Live, patch 7.2. So, patch 7.2 is live, and we're here to be Total War Live with it.
We are.
That is such a serious look. That is.
You want to know why I had a serious look? Was because I realised that I had YouTube and Twitch open as well, and both of them I hadn't muted the audio, so I had you coming through to me 3 times, and I was like, I'm trying to focus on which sentence you're saying is the correct one. And that was why I was being serious. Full disclosure.
People can barely handle one of my voice, let alone 3 all on top of each other.
Well, I survived.
Well done. Hello. Yes, I did typo the title. So up until 5 minutes ago, my fingers have been taped together because my RSI's really flared up. I've been playing
I thought you were joking.
No, I've been playing Assassin's Creed Unity, and like having to hold R2 to climb in Assassin's Creed has just really flared up my RSI. So I've had all my hands taped together today. So I've been making so many typos. It is awful. People ask me a question now, and I just call them. It's not worth it.
Genuinely thought you were joking, but you actually meant
it. This is my little cast for my fingers that I've just taken off the stream, so I don't play even worse than usual.
That's a very clinically approved.
Thank you. Yeah, it is a bit of tape that I wrap around my fingers.
Yes.
Yes. So, how's it going, Steve? It's been a week since we last caught up. Not me and you.
Yeah.
Caught up on stream, I guess.
Well, we catch up every day, don't we? Because we're good mates.
We are. As long as you answer my calls.
Yes. Well, sometimes. Yes. So it's been quite busy because we put out the patch today, as everyone is probably aware. So yeah, patch 7.2 came today. It had over 90 fixes, kind of on par with 7.1. It also added the new design for the devotees of Slaanesh, which we saw lots of nice feedback on. I think they look considerably more detailed and snazzy.
More devoted.
Of devotee bling, which looks lovely. And also, some of the stuff that was mentioned previously, one of the VFX things that I'm quite happy got in there was the Thunderbarge's Thunderburner ability. Now no longer fires fire out the front. It comes out back like it's supposed to, which for me is a big win. But yeah, we've had lots of people chatting about it. I've been keeping an eye on places like Reddit, things like that, and seeing that lots of people are talking about a lot of specific things, and hopefully we can raise some of them today.
Yeah, I know the Striker change. I really hope I'm pronouncing that name right. But Striker being able to be recruited by Sigvald, that was one I'd known the content creators had shouted about a lot. So I'm glad we were able to make that change.
I think it's like Steercar.
Oh, maybe it's.
I think it's STYR.
Yeah,
I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's Warhammer. You make your own pronunciation.
Exactly. But yeah, that was a nice change. A lot of little like AI battle changes by the looks of it as well. So fixes to behaviors, which is nice. So hopefully we'll see some of that today. If you want, I can throw us over to the gameplay that we've got.
Yeah, sure. Go for it. I have seen in chat as well. There's someone talking about subtitles in Spanish. They've said the Spanish community had subtitles. I have to admit, my knowledge of how you have like automated subtitles for English-speaking streams is 0. Do you have any insight on that, Josh?
Yeah, so I kind of do, but my insight is I don't fully get my insight yet because after our streams, I look through the back ends of it, and it always says our streams are not eligible for automatic captioning. So I'll have a look into it, and if it's something YouTube offers natively, why we aren't getting offered it. But it might just be that the length of the content and the way that we like the latencies that we pick, because we are the lowest latency, means that you get to hear us very quickly, but it might mean that there's no captioning there. So we will have a look.
That makes sense, actually. Yeah. Nice.
Oh yes, Azazel. Did I say Azazel? He's good. It's in the patch notes.
No, you said Sigvald.
They're all chaos.
Yeah. Yes. So, talk us through what you're doing today in Warhammer 3.
Or
where you're currently at on 748.
I usually, I will confess, our stream saves are often what is the campaign that I'm currently playing, right? but I've been playing Rome 2 because of our stream last week. So I didn't have an ongoing Warhammer 3 save. So last night I just started playing with one goal in mind, and that goal has. I wouldn't say it's gone awfully, but it's not gone super well. So you can see it's turn 48. We're playing as Kagath. We have pretty much nothing. Like I have the battles, Steve. I have had to fight over Shatterstone Isle, and this unusual location, giving me a garrison of ogre bulls and a thunder tusk, has saved this campaign a few times. But this army is battered. I just want to take Shatterstone Bay. I've just had to defeat 320 stacks, all in a row, to be able to get over here. But why have I only got 3 settlements on turn 48? Well, it's because my goal was not to take the pathetic Dragonstone Isles. Oh, hold on. I think our war room is popping up on the stream.
Oh, it is.
So give me... Let me just split screen us and get that gone. Now people know that we talk to each other.
Behind the curtain.
There we go.
So you've just learned.
Yep, that we talk.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back.
I'm watching Twitch.
So yeah,
if you want me to talk about things you're saying in the stream, join us on Twitch. If you want Pingu to, then go and talk to her on.
And now they know your name's Steve, not... Oh, it's already on there. Anyway, as I was saying, the point was...
What, sorry, you mean these professionally prepared in advance name tags that we have at the bottom here, yeah?
Yeah, the ones that I made maybe 30 seconds ago. Yes, I thought it'd be... We didn't want the Dragon style. If Kagath was going to take an island, he was going to take Ulthuan.
Yeah.
And I thought it'd be fun to come and attack some high elves. Honestly, the journey to get here has been harrowing. The number of rogue armies around here that have nearly completely wiped me out is, I think, 3 or 4. I did have to stop here for a little bit and replenish up because I was battered by an army of like near all trolls. And then I thought, you know what? We'll come in, we'll fight the high elves. I've turned up. The high elves are dead. Like Tyrion is just Tyrion. It's just him standing in the shrine of a Syrian.
Hiding in the middle, yeah.
Yeah, and you'll notice the Sword of Cain, owned by Emily Wake, level 31. Kagath, as I say, I sailed over here turn 2. I've not fought much with him. It's just been fighting off rogue armies and trying desperately to survive. So this is going to be a quite under-leveled Kagath trying to infect the Vampire Coast's new home. I did take Galleon's Gravelord, so if this goes awfully wrong, we can recoup there. But I thought that'd be something fun to do. You don't often get to fight here as Nurgle, so I thought it'd be a nice new experience for us.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this is going to go.
Yeah, me too.
It was very contrary to what your initial plan was.
Yeah, this wasn't what I set out to do, but it's what it's become. I don't really want to attack Lothran.
Don't be done.
I can probably... Look, I can win that, but they're going to come and reinforce. And that's a level 31 Lord. So I'll probably just try and have a big old fight in the open field about this and see what we can do, if that sounds good to you, Steve.
Go for it. You know, we're going to have our usual dynamic of the Josh and Steve streams here, which is where I pay attention to the chat and I talk all the nonsense that's unrelated to the game.
And I try and survive.
Tries to speak over me about things that's happening in the game, and I just end up going off on tangents about other things.
Exactly.
That's the general dynamic here. So
I saw some questions in chat that I'll jump to, which I know you just said was you. But I did see there were some questions about stuff like end times. So we're not... Oh, that is interesting. No. We're not going to be talking about end times stuff here, but we are looking at when we can next talk about that. That has been discussions we've been involved in a lot this week. So hopefully we'll be able to point you guys towards something when we know. But otherwise, when you'll hear from us when you can hear from us.
Yeah.
I'm going to fight this.
That's the best sentence. You'll hear from us when you hear from us.
Any updates regarding the Mortal Knights of Slanesh? I don't have anything. Steve, do you?
Not at the moment, no. I know that there are a lot of people are asking for this, and I'm trying to find out what the latest is on it. There's been conversations happening. I think the conversations are the general kind of things that go on when we're talking about different units and stuff, and what we can and can't do. But I don't think there's been any kind of solid decision made yet. So it is something that's still being considered, and as soon as I've got information, I'll share it with you guys. I am following up on that for you.
Yeah, so. One thing I thank you for reminding me, because one thing I said that I would follow up on Reddit was the AI mammoth recruitment issue that was flagged there. I told them that I'd seen it logged and that I'd prod on it, so I have prodded on it. There's discussion about where that will fit in, so there is awareness of it. There's maybe an intent for the next numbered patch to try and include a fix of that, but that would depend on ensuring that the fix can be done for that numbered patch. But yeah, it's on the radar. They're aware of it, and I saw discussion about it for when it can, not a if, but a when we could look to address.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Nurgle was actually the first Warhammer 3 faction I played on an in-dev build. I don't know. I wouldn't say I particularly like Nurgle as a faction. Like, I don't like the disease theme. I'm more of a Khorne guy. More blood than pus. But I just like I love the playstyle of everything is a tank. You know? That appeals to me.
Yeah, I've never found the whole rot and pus thing appealing. But I feel like, I mean, it's one of the core things of Warhammer, isn't it? There's just so much diversity that you have to play with. So one day I'll probably give it a go. I did at one point consider getting some Death Guard and painting them as like frozen, so it was all like cryogenic. But I'm just too squeamish, and it's why you'll see the camera height stays slightly higher than you'd expect on this battle compared to usual. Right. So they've kind of set up their own formation here of how they want to be engaging. I assuming they have cannons, but they're not. There we go. Now they're getting ready. I see Mr. Henners in chat said, is 7.2 save game compatible, or is it best to start a new campaign?
Yep.
There should be no reason why your save game should not be compatible unless you use mods. There is a chance, obviously, with mods that and until the mod is updated, it could cause issues. But you shouldn't have any problems if you are playing unmodded. There was one. I'm just sorry. Bear with me because I have open here as well while I watch Josh. But there is one fix in there, which is the mission, the Promise of Perfection for the mask. Should now require the technology Dance of the Mind, but that fix will only affect new games. So if you have a save game ongoing where the mission's already been issued, then that will not be. It will have no effect, basically. But that's the only thing that I have had any kind of mention of affecting current saves.
Go. These rockflies may die. Sorry, plague clones. Well, they die. They'll probably die, but I would just like to take out those mortars.
Well, as long as they can have a bit of an effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Susa, who's often in our chats. Hey, Susa. He said, can we expect changes for the next DLC concerning any rework like Siege, Corruption, Climate, AI, etc.? So on those two topics, because I know these are those two topics being Siege and Campaign AI, I know I get a lot of questions about this, and I know that it is an ongoing thing that you guys are waiting for information on. The general gist is that the Siege stuff is still in progress. The goal is going to be, our intention is to have the Siege update rolling out in around summertime. So it will be around end times. Mm-hmm. Whether that is just before in a patch, or if it's just after in a patch, or if it's in 9.0 alongside the end times, we don't know yet. But that is what our current goal is with it. So hopefully we'll have some more info to share on that in the near future. Regarding Campaign AI, they are making some really great headway on the stacking armies issue, which I know is the main bugbear. Yep. I don't have info on when it's going to come out or when it's going to be added into the game, but it is going to be sometime after Bashiva's character pack. and the
And-
Tiger Woods. It's not going to be.
Yeah.
It's unlikely that it's going to come in 8.0. So it's just to kind of give you that expectation now.
And I think people can see as well, like when there are AI things that have been made and improvements that have been made or issues that have been fixed, we are still putting those out. We're not kind of holding on to them, right? So the battle stuff that they can see is pour for that continued work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's anything that we do that is a win that we know is working gets rolled out. We're not holding on to anything. The changes that have been made recently that look really good are currently in internal testing. And like what we said in January, initially the team that were working on it made really good headway on it. But then we started this intensive testing. And during that testing, it came to light that the fixes weren't actually having enough of an effect. So we had to go back to the drawing board. But now, like I say, that process has continued. They've made more improvements to it that are looking good, and that testing process is currently underway.
Yeah, so, it's the case of we don't want to keep pinging back and forth of has it been fixed? Oh no, there's still an issue here, and we want to make sure every update is an iterative and feels like an iterative improvement on it.
Yeah. Yeah. If we keep rolling it out when we think we've fixed it and it turns out it's not, we're going to cause more issues than good. So the testing for this is probably a little bit more extensive than our normal bug fixes would have, purely to ensure that we've covered all bases. And but I'm glad to say that they're making headway on it. Like, I'm really looking forward to them. To being able to tell you guys that, hey, this is done. This is sorted.
What happened to my Beast of Nurgle? Did I just put him somewhere to die? My whole plan, by the way, here was I didn't want to fight that Lord at that level, so I just let him die to everything else, which surprisingly worked. I am very... I want to do it. I want to do a Plague.
Do it.
So there's a question there, why do you forget about the multiplayer community? You say patch balance for units will come. There's a lot of... that we have... we do have a lot of discussion with that community, and it's discussions really, I think, of when it makes sense for that team to have the time and to move off of what they're currently doing to look at that kind of stuff. So I think the way it operates now, and Steve, correct me if I'm wrong, because I see those conversations but I'm not intimately involved, is they have the discussions at times like this when they can plan things out and make the plan out anticipated changes they'd want to make to things like balance. So then when there is that space, when it's not, we're working on a unit for the next DLC, right? Or we're working on overall balance for that feature, that team can then go on and just make those changes that they've already discussed with the community instead of starting from ground zero. So it's less of like the it's because there is nothing, that doesn't mean there aren't discussions about it and they're not looking at it. It means that they are hopefully, and again, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, the discussions happen and then it is the implementation all comes when there's the right moment to do so without taking away or delaying or holding off from somewhere else.
Yeah, pretty much.
This looks pretty tasty.
There's people have noticed that there weren't any balance changes in 7.2, and that is just because there were no balance changes to implement in 7.2. It wasn't because we said, hey, we don't want to do this. It's purely that at the moment the battle team who deal with that are working on the content for the next DLCs, so for Bashiba's character pack and for End Times. So right now is not the right time for them to be doing balance changes. That's essentially what it comes down to. But I don't know what's going to be in the next ones. So if the timing is right, they will add some in. But I'll keep the conversation going on with those guys, and then what the goal will be is that I will continue to do the kind of updates I've been doing on Reddit and places like that before we do more stuff, so that you'll get the idea of what it is that we've been focusing our energy on for specific patches.
There's some very tasty items.
Yeah, you're getting some good stuff.
I don't want to kill him. He's not my enemy. Gorst chose to make this personal. I'm happy just owning my 4 provinces here and focusing on Ulthuan. But he's made it so personal. And he's just going to keep throwing 20 stacks at me.
But he's not your enemy.
And I'm so poor because I have to maintain these armies with so little. But at least I can... I just did the infections, really. Yeah, effectively, Steve, I'm having to do the income upkeep one, the upkeep plague constantly. because it is the only way I can afford the. What have I done? I'm gonna have to unbuild that. Yeah, it's the only way I can afford to survive in this economy.
Gree the writer has said, are you able to talk about the long-term plans for your character packs? Are there specific factions for which you'd love to make character packs? So I can't actually really talk about it, but yes, there are loads and loads of factions and characters that the devs would love to make and that they'd like to add into game. There will always be so much that they would love to do, and if I know that if they had the freedom to, they'd put absolutely everything that exists into the game. I don't have any info on the long-term plans, but those conversations are constantly ongoing. They're constantly looking at what would be great additions to the games, and I quite like seeing your suggestions, so feel free to share suggestions with us, but just know that we won't confirm nor deny anything because we just don't know. But yeah, there's I see conversations going on with devs all the time about characters they love and would love to do.
And we've got some maybe interesting ideas that we'll hopefully be able to chat about at some point in time. But I think people will be. I mean, they already are intrigued.
Yeah.
I would love to have anything other than plague bearers and nurglings, man. But I'm so limited by limiting myself to just the Dragon Isles. It'll be worth it. I've just got to survive. It'll be fun.
You can do it. You've got this great habit, Josh, of getting yourself in sticky situations, but then coming out of them. Not all the time, but most of the time you come out right. Yeah.
Right. I think I'm going to auto-resolve that because I don't want to get too bogged down in fighting battles. The temptation to sack this is high, but I think I just need another place to sit and defend if I need to. Tyrion, he's up to 4 units, bless him. So, I mean, the Sword of Cain is moving away from us. I think they sense that we're...
What's your relationship with him at the moment? Do you know
what?
Are you neutral at the moment, or are you enemies?
I think neutral might be a strong word for the relationship. Minus 101.
Oh my gosh! Sorry, I completely hadn't been. Oh yeah, I guess you did just take.
Yeah, but you know.
As well.
Hold on. Let me just see something out of absolute curiosity. Oh, I was tempted to try and see if I could actually make a Nurgle infected Tyrion be my vassal and take over all of Ulthuan for him. It's not. We'll see. Maybe he'll get desperate enough that he'd take that offer. Okay, I think I'm just going to replenish this turn and see who comes at me. Kugath also could do with some items. I had to give them all to the other guy because he was the one really fighting the battles. Now, how much... I don't think I really... Maybe chat can tell me if I'm wrong, but miscast base chance. That is only if I'm overcasting, right? Or will that miscast on basic spells? I now have to wait for the lag of if people can inform me. Only overcasts. I don't... Okay, if I just don't overcast with him, then I'm in a good spot. And if he's regenerating as well... Oh, he's ready to invade. Okay. Any... No. Okay, they've confirmed it's only overcast. That is a very meaty item for him then. And we can start to really... I'm not ready for that yet. I mean, maybe I just try and keep reducing my upkeep. Steve, I am so poor.
I feel you.
But hey, what are we using money for in Nurgle anyway? Okay. Okay, there we go. How? So someone else asking about how the siege works. So Steve,
Yeah,
you'd already spoken about them.
Yeah,
oh, you're typing.
I was literally typing because I am in Twitch chat as well at the same time. But yeah, I mentioned it earlier. The siege rework is in progress. The goal at the moment, this is the goal, is to try and get the changes implemented in game in summer, likely around the time of the Lords of the End Times release. So it could be slightly before, it could be slightly after, or it could be with the release of the DLC with update 9.0. But that's the current aim. So I don't have more info on that at the moment, but as soon as I do, I'll put out a dedicated kind of update for that, or tie it into one of my next updates. Still keeping an eye on all the conversations with it, though. Likewise with Campaign AI. So when I know stuff, you'll know stuff.
Do I fight the elves, or do I skip them and go and try and get the sword? Lore-wise,
Who had it? Was it Emily?
Yeah, and Emily's not even a named character. So how much do I care about holding Lothram?
I am an Aryan reborn. Show me some respect.
Well, it depends. Are you going to take another base here?
Because I could. No. Yeah, if I build it up a little bit, he might become my vassal. I just need us to not be at war.
I'll go for the sword.
You think go for the sword?
Dogbert has said, get the sword or die trying.
I've just seen chat has only said sword. All right, we'll go for the sword. And do you know what? If they attack Lotharan, I will trade it away before they're able to take it. It's got a little bit of a... I can't afford another army. All right, if we... Oh, there he is. He is... Okay, he's level 41. But that's not a great army, though, for a level 41. They really have come in with a massive zombie horde and just destroyed Ulthuan.
Shotragoth in chat has said, patch 7.2 is today. Yes, it came out at 11 a.m. UK time, and I've just put a link to the patch notes in chat. And Lux has said, good old Lux, who we trust every word that Lux says, right? So, what's he said? How does Josh balance entertainment with actually trying to win? I know he has to auto-resolve the boring battles, but it feels like it slows down his campaign progress quite a lot.
What, the auto-resolve slows it down?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know what I'm asking.
I rarely know what Lux is talking about.
I would say, what I try and do is set up an interesting situation, and then if I don't survive it for the stream, that's fine. If I do, that's better. But for me, it's about just... I like to play in a way that maybe not a lot of people naturally tend towards. But I enjoy just taking campaigns and trying to do interesting things with them that I haven't done before. Because obviously we've all played a lot of Warhammer 3. So trying different things out. Mods are really good for that. I'd like to feature more mods on stream. But with stuff like this, where it's a patch stream, it's harder to do so.
I think it would be cool at some point in the near future to try and... I know there's something we'd like to do is to actually showcase some Warhammer 3 mods, right?
And we might be... Oh my gosh, what happened? So I think there was a massive battle. And these guys have been absolutely devastated by it. And I think I'm just going to take the sword? Maybe this will be a battle against High Elves. Oh. I so rarely actually manage to achieve what I set out to do in a stream. And to have done it within 28 minutes, it does feel like a record.
It's pretty good. But
I have to do this every time, don't
I? In response to this balancing entertainment with trying to win, I find that there's... I don't know what the answer to this question is, but Josh he's either extremely jammy in regards to he sets out to do something. Yeah, he sets out to do something that is difficult, and it looks like he's going to fail it, and he's going to get himself in the worst possible situation, but somehow pulls himself through at the very, very end. And it is either that he is just very jammy and just gets lucky, or it is that technically he actually knows what he's doing all along, and he's just doing it for the pure entertainment factor. I don't know what the answer is, and whatever Josh says, I can't believe it, can I?
Here's what I think the answer is, Steve. I think the answer is that I probably think I know what I'm doing. But there's so much to this game. I've been playing it, I've been playing it for a year and a half before it was released, right? And I'm fully aware that at least 50% of people in chat are going to be better. There is so many layers for this game, and so many interactions to think about. And I wouldn't say I fully know what every stat does to a level of depth that I would be comfortable with. But I've learned them to the level of depth that I need to in order to play the kinds of campaigns that I enjoy. Oh, will that bite me? And maybe sometimes, Steve, that bites me. Sometimes I do look at it and think, well, maybe a better player wouldn't have 20 stacks of skeletons heading towards his base. At least I'll get some frogs.
There was a comment I saw that had my name in it. Steve, that's actually Josh. I don't know if there's anything that you know on this.
I know very little, but go on.
Steve, can you please confirm if the claw speaker from the next DLC has 3 different variants? Beasts, life, and shadows, or if it's just one type of hero with a mix of spells? I can't confirm anything about that.
Do you know what the worst bit is? Is I know I've heard that conversation and I cannot remember what the conclusion to it is.
No. So I hear your question and I can't answer your question. But hopefully sometime soon we will be able to talk more about Claw Speaker and other things from the DLCs. So
yeah,
this space.
Yes, literally this space. Me and you right here.
This space, yes. We'll come back in a stream and say, hey, you.
A good job you stayed watching
I hope you're here.
Yeah, hours.
I hope you're still here. Because here's an answer.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the moment I can't share anymore, but we'll be talking more, like I mentioned in the patch notes earlier.
Mid-April is what you said, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So for anyone who hasn't seen in the patch notes, 7.2 will be the last game update that we do before Bashiva's character pack drops.
My temper is quick, but
with
sun
patch
fang
up
is
8.0, unless there's any need for any hot fixing before then. So we'll be talking more about Bashiva's character pack, or just shedding a bit more light on it mid-April. That's the current plan. Fragnatic said, just came here to say I love Total War. Keep it up, guys. Thank you.
We're trying.
Thank you. We are trying. Josh is frantically trying.
I really think I've made some mistakes that I'm going to pay for, I think, I've let Altharian really sandwich me. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Kagath's here for a good time, not a long time, you know? If he dies, it's fun. I should start sending some praise.
Die puppy.
Exactly. We should start spreading some plagues here, though. That is why we've come here. So where should we start? We could start with the Shrine of Asturian. That feels poetic. But really, I should be going for Althar. Actually, it would be a more poetic to go and send a cultist over to Gain Vale. But what plague do we want? Let me have a very quick look at chat. Mid-April isn't too far, so neat. Yeah, that is the hope and the dream.
Let's not wish the year away.
No,
because I can't keep up.
I mean, it's September, isn't it, Steve?
What, tomorrow? Yeah, probably.
Let me have a look. What is the most fun thing to do to the High Elves?
Mock them.
Yeah, I mean, local recruitment capacity could be useful. If we started with that, Nurgle corruption, I think, just makes a lot of sense.
Gree, the writer, has given us the
And I'll do the blessed
I
one.
think the proverb of the year so far.
Oh yeah.
Time is just a soup. I didn't know if it was going anywhere else, but that's what they've said so far. I couldn't get on board with that.
Okay. This is the best plague I think I can make here. We're going to send a cultist over there.
Oh,
And it's all going to be fine.
Tomato soup. What's your favourite soup, Josh?
Steve, you're asking big questions that
I don't eat a lot of soup. Well, I mean, this is the curse of the bearded man, right?
yeah.
I don't like drinking soup. Yes, it's a food that you can drink. I don't like eating soup because of the fact that I feel like it's a messy meal for someone with a beard.
It would have been nice for you to, honestly. I don't want to have to discussion with you on stream, but it would have been nice if you've given me more lead time on that question. 2 to 3 days.
The whole point of these questions is that you're supposed to be answering on a whim. On a whim? Is that the right?
Yeah, I guess so.
On the fly?
On
the fly.
On a fly's whim. I wonder if this
Flies,
will apply to the plague I just technically didn't make. We'll see.
I like cream of chicken soup. I think it's just a simple winner.
That'll be.
Tomato soup's really nice if you make a cheese toasty or cheese on toast and you dip it in the tomato sauce. That's British cuisine, surely. Please say that's British cuisine. We need something.
Fish and chips, you know.
Is it? Like...
I don't know. You're going to tell me it comes from like the Fichet region of France.
The fichet frite area of France.
I'm not gonna lie, this guy's getting a bit antsy. I kind of want to go and take the fight to Gorse and then force him to get peace with me. No, Josh, don't ruin your economy. Isn't strong. You don't have a strong economy. In one turn, you're going to see how weak your economy is. Don't be silly. But I could be silly.
Lord Game said, moustache wax, Steve. Are you saying that I need some? Because at the moment, I really need to trim my beard. Like, it's a mess. It's so long. I'd actually keep contemplating the idea of growing my beard longer, and then I'm just like, you know what? No. It's just a hassle.
Would you?
I can't do moustache. Like, you know, we have a colleague who's quite good at waxing his moustache, and I can't do it though. Like, I don't know how you do it.
I'm going to ask you after the stream who that is, because I've never heard that before.
Surely it's obvious.
It's completely gone by me. Steve, would you say you're a blight boil person or a fleshy abundance person?
What was the other? Blight boil, fleshy abundance. I have to say I am a big fan of fleshy abundance.
All right, I'll stick with blight boil then.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, this better not be war. Oh, it's not war.
Oh, Lord Game says moustache wax is a very effective solution to the soup problem. It's not so much. This is very on topic, right? Mm-hmm. This is to do with patch 7.2. Yeah. The issue is not so much the moustache. The issue is often more the beard and the kind of, you know, the issue that I have. This is, what's this segment called? Is this Dr. Josh?
Oh, look, I'm not a doctor anymore. They've taken that title from me.
So the main thing is that, you know, when you get the soup in the spoon and you bring, Lux's idea works. I'll come to that in a minute. You bring the spoon to your mouth and then a bit drips off the bottom and goes on the beard, and then it's like, oh, this is annoying. I've now got to just wipe that bit of soup off my beard. And then you have another bit of soup and it happens again, and it's like this constant rotation of napkins and soup and spoons. And Lord Vaughan says you have to lubricate your moustache before eating soup. I think, I'm seeing some good solutions here, guys. Lux has said use a straw for the soup.
I am quick to anger.
Yeah, but sometimes if the soup is too hot and you use a straw, you could melt the straw or you could burn yourself. That is an issue. And also, Lord Game said to fill the spoon less. I think that's also quite a good solution. Some might say you could, when you've got the soup in the spoon, you could like scrape it along the top of the bowl to get any drops from the bottom to come off into the bowl. Josh, I can see that you're thinking hard about this. I'd like to know what your proposed solution is.
Will this kill me?
Soup?
Yeah.
Conversation?
I mean,
yes.
They're not even here.
Likely.
You are nothing. You could kill me. I don't know what you are.
A metal straw? God, Euromaniac. That's think about it. The straw won't melt, but the straw will get hot. So you'd burn yourself and have a hot straw. And if there's one thing you don't want with your soup, it's a hot straw.
You know how we have like little things at the bottom of the stream for the rally points, like little timestamps. Yeah. Do you think we'll have a soup timestamp section?
I wondered. Stream? Oh, that would be good. Or you could just have a Steve's nonsense chapter. Oh, Lux has got the solution. Comically long metal straw won't melt, and when it reaches your mouth, it will be cold.
Like one of those straws you had as a kid that spirals.
Yes. Yeah. Funnily enough, my daughter has one of those. And I put it in the dishwasher and it melted. Story of the day. There you go.
Oh, this is going to happen. They're finagling to attack me here, Steve. This is going to happen.
Rezi has said Josh is out of control, and I kind of think Josh is out of control.
Ooh. To be fair, I am. I'm just clicking buttons at this point. You know, no, I might need that elsewhere.
Actually, Susa just said just drink it from a beer mug, but to be honest, you could just have it from a mug of soup, cup of soup. That's the thing. Josh,
I went
Josh,
through.
I feel like you're not. I feel like you're not engaged
Steve,
with
I'm
this
making.
conversation.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Steve. I don't know the last time I've even drunk soup. You know, like I don't. It's not close. It's not a topic close to my heart. Oh, I'm fully off screen. Oh, this is exactly what I feared.
You're just showing off the fact that you're in the snazzy studio.
I am. It's the So we got rid of the green screen because I'm losing everything.
Because the studio looks cool.
Because it just kept cutting out all of my guests' hair. So I thought, let's just get rid of it. You know, we've got. Why are we hiding the fact that we're here in the studio? We're here in the studio.
Well, speak for yourself.
In spirit.
Yeah, I did see at the beginning that there was mention of the fact that I do have controllers and cars behind me. I do.
Okay, I wanted a war, and I have given myself a war.
I have some more cars as well. If you want to see this one, I've got a little Lotus one here. This is quite nice.
Beyond even twice.
I've got some larger ones here as well.
Oh,
Don't mind me, Josh. Don't mind me. Josh has this habit. How many times have I said Josh has this habit?
I've got a lot of habits, apparently.
I'm talking about this. So I've got this one, which is a Lamborghini. No, Lux, I'm not a big car guy, to be honest. I just really like the Lego ones, Lego Technics and the Speed Champions. This one, which is Bugatti. That's quite nice. Josh has one of his other many habits is that he likes to make really big, like groaning noises.
Yeah, you mean
he does it? He does it because it's a reaction to the things that are happening in the game. But he always seems to. It always seems to coincide with when I've started talking about a random topic.
Oh yeah, we've spoken about
So I'll
this.
be like, I've got a lot of Lego cars actually, and then you'll just hear Josh go, "Oh."
The disappointment.
He's talking about those Lego cars.
I did try and collect all of like the little F1 ones, like the tiny ones, and I only don't have Ferrari, but they don't do them anymore, and it feels against the spirit of it to buy the Ferrari one. Okay, I think, Steve, this is, when I was like, oh, is this going to ruin the campaign? Maybe. If they all attack me at once, I am in trouble. If they line up nicely, I could be okay. I should make a second Lord as a backup, though.
Have you not? You haven't done that yet?
They died last turn.
Oh.
I can't afford it.
I'm not like you.
I don't need a second Lord as a backup.
I'm really paying attention. This is the joy of the community hangout stream, guys. Is that I hang out with the community and Josh plays the game.
I've got about 35-ish minutes to survive. Hey, Noctilus wants. Do you know what? I'll take it. I'll take the money. Noctis, I may have your Galleon's Graveyard, and I may have stolen the Sword of Cain from you. I've got the Sword of Cain. I'm not worried. Why would I be worried?
Betray him, though? When are you going to betray him?
I think. I don't care. Look, hold on. I don't care about any of these places. This isn't my home.
That's true.
I'm here to.
You have no loyalty to this area.
Yeah, I should just go and.
This is absurd.
I should take the fight to them, right? That's not a silly idea. I would rather have here as my base of operations. I don't feel comfortable over on the side. This isn't. I don't think this is stupid.
Gria's made a very valid point there. I should make a second Lord as a backup. Josh, you have 500 gold and barely 1,000.
Yeah, but I can make a plague. What do I want?
I see people in YouTube are asking me how I'm handling the new child, and then Vaughn has accurately mentioned that it was twins. Yes, they're good.
Oh,
They're good. That's what I'm going to say. They're good. They one of them has recently had chicken pox, and now the second one has chicken pox. So yes, they're good, but I'm in for a few rough nights.
Do not mistake me for
So wish me luck.
never.
I wish you luck, Steve.
Thank you, Josh. I was about to say that was.
I
your signature.
realised that.
Luck.
Yeah, you can take points.
How has being a community manager helped you become a better father? I have learnt to ignore the haters.
Is that why you don't respond to me anymore?
Don't feed the trolls, as they say, and as I will say to my children as they grow. But I do also have an older child as well, so like yeah, I have enough now. I don't need any more. So I'm done. Pyrrhic victory, Josh?
See, the thing is, I think that Auto Resolve is going to do better than I can because they have a lot more artillery than I have flying. But this looks really fun.
Where is?
Oh, I think I've got to fight it. The problem is, I don't want to be stuck in the choke point while they're just hitting me with the Eagle Claw bolt throwers. If I can deal. The thing is, the choke point really advantages, in my opinion, advantages them more than advantages me because they can just pepper me, and I'm all blobbed up. But maybe I can use the choke point to draw them through it. This is exactly what happened on the Bloomin' Rome 2 stream.
Yeah.
And I made the wrong choice, and it went very, very poorly.
Yeah, you're going to have to draw them to you.
Yeah. I don't think I want to be blobbed up here. Any other faction I'm up against and any other faction I'm playing as, sure. But my ranged units are these guys who can spit 3 times. So I want to pull... I think I want to pull the ranged through, right? So they're like here, and then I can toad... Oh, I wish I had more toads. I can toad in from the sides. That's what I think I have to do here. This is fighting every natural instinct I would have to just stand in that choke point. That is all I would desire to do. I guess I do have artillery. I forget he is human-ish. Artillery. Okay. There's a plan. There's a plan.
St. St. Nicholas said fight it out at the choke point.
Do we
Sousa
think?
said you have the sword, go for fun.
Oh, I do have the sword. But then the sword isn't super going to help when I was aiming to use him as a missile. Do you know what? Now that I've thought about it, I have stuck the sword on a piece of artillery. I mean, look, what's he going to... He's not even holding a sword. You know, he's just going to have to punch him. Okay.
You can do it. I saw there was a comment as well. I was like, I know it's going to come, guys, and you're doing great community work. Thank you.
Oh.
But it is mad that we've had more videos and insight on Med 3 than your next release, 40k. And that's because Med 3 is in something new that we're doing called open development.
Ooh.
So, yes, the stuff for 40k will come. But the stuff that we're talking about for Med 3 is just so early. And even though there's obviously dev work going on with it, we're talking more about that very early dev process.
There's a very specific goal there with those streams, and I've got to say I have absolutely loved like being able to host those from a purely like childhood dream come true perspective, but also like there was a lot of, I think, nervousness around will people be okay with us doing this. Like, is it okay that we're kind of being open and asking for discussion and for feedback on it? Because there was a feeling of what if people just go, oh, just come back to me when it's made, kind of thing. But and sure, people are absolutely fine to feel that way. But for those who would want to be involved, making sure that they have the space to do so, and it's been fantastic to see the reaction to that of people who are really eager to give their thoughts and to make sure that we make the best version of that we can. They're waiting for reinforcements, aren't they?
I love watching them because I'm learning more about it as well. Like, being a community manager on Total War is you're across so many things happening, and like obviously Warhammer 3 plays a big part of what we as community managers do at the moment. So hearing the devs chat openly and seeing the community reaction to that is really, really great for me as well, just to watch happening. And yeah, like you say, it's that opportunity for, if you want to be involved in helping to sculpt the game and what it will eventually become, then it's a brilliant opportunity for you. If you're not so interested in that and you want to just have the game then and see the finished product, then this process might not be for you, but there will be a point during that process where I'm sure it will click for you and you'll be like, actually, I'm very invested into this, and then you can pick it up at a later date.
But also to that point, Steve, hopefully that the game that ends up being made that they do then jump into at that moment is a better game thanks to the process.
Yeah.
The process. Where is this eagle going? Where are you? Oh, he's coming back around.
I also really like seeing the reactions to things that people don't expect, especially when you did the first stream. And I think a lot of people had heard that it was open development. Were like, oh, they've just announced it. They haven't done any work on it yet. And then as soon as something was shown, to be like, hey, here's something we've actually been working on. Yeah. Here's some prototypes, things like that. Seeing those reactions, like, oh wow. I really loved seeing the battle stuff last time, the settlement stuff. Like, I'm very, very excited to see those settlements start to come together more, and especially being inside keeps.
That was a really cool, definitely a really cool moment. I think it's what's going to be interesting to see is as it matures and as the discussion matures, right? Seeing how that continues when there's less stuff that is like, oh, a big reveal of a mechanic we're working on to get feedback on, and it is more discussion on iteration. I think that's what I'm really interested to see how that ends up. Because that, I think, will be the real test of it. So I'm finally going to send my flies around, because they really are all in on Kagath. But he's swording it. I very rarely use the Sword of Cain ability. Does it trigger...
I've never used it, and I don't think I've ever seen someone use it, so...
Does it trigger on me?
Active ability. It's a vortex.
It is.
So it does sound like it would...
Because I don't want him to... Yeah, no, I get some room, some breathing room. I want to put it... Will it reach? Oh my gosh.
No, Gree the writer is a designer in the industry as well.
Go left.
Can you tell us what you work on, Gree? Oh. Light boil the blobs. That's a mouthful. Do you blight boil the blobs?
Yes, I will.
I like saying
that. And in fact, I may even, just for fun, double blight boil the blobs.
Well done for nailing that sentence the first time. Jeff.
Thank you. I just love the look of, like the look of some of the spells. I know we've established I'm not a huge fan of like the dying aesthetic. These guys need to come and crash in the side now. All right, let's do it. Let's shut the trap.
Do it.
Where are my frogs? Okay, here they are.
Linus on YouTube said, do you have a trained historian as an advisor for Medieval 3? Yes. We always have experts in the fields as consultants for historical. We had an awesome Professor Eric Klein for Pharaoh, who was an absolutely really lovely guy, and has had books on that kind of Bronze Age collapse era and stuff. So if you're interested in that, it's definitely worth checking out his stuff. I don't have any info to share with you on who we're working with for Med 3, but that is, I'm sure, something that we'll share some information on in the future. But yes, of course, 100% we will be dealing with experts in the medieval era.
Okay, they're funneling in. My My toads are doing pretty well. They've gotten stuck in. Who is left to... Blimey, the range on Blight Boil is massive. And I'm going to get another Vortex in a moment. I think I've got one Blight Boil left in me.
Agree, the writer has said, I'd be happy to share. I'm part of a startup that is working on a roguelike tactics game. Currently in the process of creating Vertical Slice. Duties are building the setting, its world building, and main cast of characters. It's a world of high fantasy with dark fantasy roots. And that's all I can say. Well, that sounds very cool. Best of luck with it.
Absolutely.
But next time you've got news on it, share it with us in a stream chat. Why not?
Did he... oh. Where do I put this? If it goes the wrong way, I'm going to lose a lot. It doesn't... I assume it does.
Do you want to do it on those forces that are further away?
Can't reach him.
No, damn. Okay.
Let's just see what happens. What's the worst? What's the worst that could happen? Oh, it's immediately gone into my lines. Does it hurt me? I'm assuming it does.
I would assume that it's got some form of...
I so rarely manage to get the Sword of Cain when I seek to go and get it. It's quite nice to actually have the ability to use it. This guy is a problem. Alright, let's just bring these people back. I had a Beast of Nurgle that I left over there. That's the problem with trees. Out of interest, I'll throw this to you first then, Steve. What is your favourite faction or campaign in Warhammer 3?
I quite like... I've always got a little bit of a soft spot for Bretonnia.
Oh, yeah.
Just like it. I think it's because they're the most medieval, like, adjacent thing. Faction. That's probably what I would go for. Slaneshi Femboy has said, are there plans to nerf the factions of the last DLC? Dakala and the Mask are both massively overtuned to the point it's not fun past 20 turns. That's feedback that I've fed back into the team, and like I say, balancing is something that we are always doing at the times when is right to do. So at the moment, the battle team who deal with this stuff, this is, I know there's been some mention of like campaign AI, campaign balancing as well. All of this feedback that we see from people gets seen. We're not going to be doing any balancing in that field like imminently, as far as I'm aware. But by all means, I will keep passing on the feedback.
There's so many healing things that I have to trigger. I forget just doing all of them all the time. Okay. I think we're getting there. I think we're now able to start taking the choke point, because a lot of what they've got left is ranged. I really, really screwed up the use of these plague drones. Completely forgot about them. They just got shot the whole time. But I think the general tactic of luring in the melee troops to be able to kill them off has worked quite well. We've just now got a very... there we go. They're broken.
Nice.
I don't know if I have much with a good speed to be able to catch some of these guys. We're looking at anything in the 40s. Not really. It's just the
Ravzar or Ravazar has said, if I get this right, the next patch is 8.0 then. Yes, that's correct. Yes. So the next planned piece of the next planned update to the game will be update 8.0 that will come alongside Bashiva and the Tiger Warriors in her character pack, and barring any need to do any hot fixes or anything like that in the interim.
Right, who is injured? Ooh.
Saint Sir Nicholas says maybe use your army heal.
That is what I'm going to do, and hope that I can do it before all of the enemies disappear.
I love that Saint Sir Nicholas is posting his advice in both chats.
Yeah.
And it's good advice. So carry on doing that. But I'm watching Twitch, and I will share your advice with Josh.
Okay. I mean, I think that's the battle pretty much over. Why did they not heal as much as I expected them to? Well, as for me, I see someone's just said Belgar's campaign has been one of their favourites. I'm a dwarf main. I'm not gonna lie, I usually play a Belgar campaign as my first campaign. If like there've been any changes to dwarves, or if I'm playing a mod. I just love the narrative of it. I love the very clear goal. It was the first Old World mod faction that I played as well. That is a lot of the toads back. I would love some infections though.
Brand new sentence.
Maybe not.
Insane
Though.
Scientist says, "What's the best way to get a bug report actioned on Total War? My bug report for Dwarf Rangers missing their cloaks is about to be 1 year old, and I've done reposts too, but I haven't seen any progress." Bugs on the bug report system are kind of prioritized based on a kind of impact level. So if people can upvote bugs on the bug system, and certain levels point towards how quickly things get seen. It's probably been logged. What you could do is you wouldn't be able to share a link, but
I'm getting cocky.
You could mention it to me on Discord or in the forum, and I could have a look.
Well, yeah, and the ones that we see that like the Norska Mammoth recruitment one, I saw that on Reddit, and that was something I swear I'd seen bits of before. So in those situations as well, I wouldn't say rely on me or Steve to see one of those and raise it up, but even if we don't see it, it is being logged and looked at.
Yeah, we have a dedicated team.
Yep.
Our
It's
player
not just me and
experience
you.
team, who are they're there to pay attention to watch these things, and they're really fantastic at what they do, and they are keeping an eye across everything.
Yep.
They're just not like Josh and I and Pingu and Freeman. They are not
Nova as well.
They're not community managers. They're not people that are going to be up there chatting with you constantly all the time. But they're there, and they're paying attention to what's being said. You may see CA Nova in Reddit and in some places, sometimes in this chat as well. And they are also someone who works in our PX team and is paying attention to this sort of stuff. So don't give up hope. If you found a bug and you've raised it, rest assured that it will have been seen. And by all means, if you find other people that have experienced the same bug, get them to upvote your bug so that people can be aware that it's there's more people experiencing it.
I found a bug last night and then found a report of it on the forums, and I have now flagged that as well internally. So we're looking as well, and finding things like that on the forums. If it's useful for me, it will be useful for other people who search that issue and go, that is a bug, and I can upvote that thing or give that some reinforcement. What am I doing? I'm taking here and I'm abandoning the rest.
Saint Sir Nicholas, I don't know if you saw it, said maybe you should take one of Gorst's settlements and sell it for peace.
I think that's what I might do. I just need to be brave. Oh, I should fight it for the fun. How many? Oh.
Hellforger said, will there be a Cathay rework with 8.0, at least for the Compass and Bastion mechanics? Also, will Iron Dragon and Storm Dragon receive their own bespoke mechanics with 8.0? Don't have any specifics to share with you, but we will be talking more about the stuff that's coming in 8.0, or at least some of the bits and pieces at some point in the near future. We're going to be touching on more of the stuff for Bashiva's pack in mid-April. So keep an eye out for that, and that may include some of the stuff that's coming alongside Bashiva and the Tiger Warriors. But you'll have to wait until then and tune in to find out.
I don't think this army that I'm fighting has many archers at all. Like maybe 2, so I can be pretty aggressive here.
Do it, Josh.
And as we all know, I'm an aggressive guy, so...
Sousa has said, are you guys doing any voiceovers for 40k or Med 3?
I
Don't know yet.
don't know yet.
Would
love
love
to.
Yeah, if anyone's listening. No, would love to. Sometimes we get great opportunities to be able to do the group shouts and things like that. So when you have like masses of units that are just like shouting and yelling, and I think I got to do some Khorne ones and some ogre ones, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Back for what was that? Was that Omens of Destruction?
Yep.
Yeah, I got to do some of those. So somewhere in there is my voice yelling.
Someone said, how do you do the controlled drag? It is just hold Alt on a formation that you've already set up, and then... oh god, how do I do it? Alt, and then left click. Is that how I do it? Oh, Steve, it's one of those things. I do it. I just do it. Yeah, Alt and then left click hold to drag forward. It is, I think, the #1 feature I would like to see in... It's like the #1 thing that prevents me from being able to fully engage my Total War muscle memory in our older titles sometimes. I'm so used to it now. So whenever I go back and play them, I do sometimes look for is there a way to add Alt drag in? Right, they are just content to sit there. I will remind you, they are the aggressors here. There's the Swordmasters. Okay, I'm happy for you to shoot the Nurglings. I say happy. I think this is the only real archers they have.
Vaya said, Steve, what is your favourite pastry?
All right, hold on. Now we start the timestamp for the
pastry chat.
Exactly.
So this is a tricky one, because there's a lot of types of pastry, right? There's savoury and sweet as well. Like what we talking? I'm not like a big foodie or anything. It's just for some reason conversation seems to be getting on food a lot. Jonas in chat has just gone back on soup.
You made that sound like they've changed their mind on it.
Soup? They've just said, who drinks soup? The less water in it, the better. I'm wondering if do you think maybe they're watching the stream, watching from the
several minutes ago, about an hour ago.
Back when we were talking about soup, possibly.
All right. I can't just let the Nurglings die. I would love to get some shots in on Alariel, but I just think I've got to commit here.
Lux is a big food guy. Where's my food then?
Okay, shoot them and then move in. Let's have the shrine in. Kugath. Alright, where it makes sense to start throwing down some boils? Oh, they got caught, but that's fine. Aha! Nice and open.
Gree said, I assume the End Times news will start rolling after the Bathsheba pack comes out. Yeah, likely. I don't know. I don't know when specifically at the moment, but because Lords of the End Times is aiming for summer, it will be sometime before then, obviously, because that would be silly if not. But yeah, it's likely that you'll find out a lot more about that after Bashiba's pack has come. And hopefully after Bashiba's pack we'll have some more news to share on campaign AI as well. I'm looking forward to giving you guys an update on that once they've done more testing.
What has gone wrong here? Something's charged in. Great Hawks. Okay. Steve, you know, when you had to leave early in the last stream,
Yeah.
I learned I don't really like. I'm not very good at being able to talk on my own. I think that's the thing I've learned is not one of my particular skill sets. I just, especially when it's like a battle that I feel like I should be attempting to win, I very much lose myself in the source of trying to win it rather than commentating what I'm doing, which is something I probably should get a little bit better at. How's Gagath doing? I mean, he's getting a decent number of kills. He's kind of being hammed up by these Reavers, which is annoying. Because I really would prefer to get him stuck in. Okay, how's... The woods do make it quite hard to see what's going on. You know? Like, I know it's actually what they are... Oh, hold on. There we go. What they are there to do. But trying to work out who I've got left on the Eagle Claw bolt throwers here is a task. Right, let's see if Gagath can get stuck in. I really want to do something to these guys. But I'm not sure who's going to get over there. I really just need a Blight Boil. I think I've won this in that, like, I'm engaged in pretty much everywhere I want to be. I just want to do something about this group. I think that is my Achilles heel at the moment. Okay, okay. Now let's just move out. Hi, any news about Medieval 3? If you haven't seen the last stream, I recommend checking that out. There was a lot of really cool stuff in that one. I also hope you guys enjoyed, but it helped that we had the things at the bottom to help people understand what was coming up in the stream. So what we were working on there, and when you could expect to see like the next section of the stream. That's something I will. If that's something that was helpful for you guys to understand what we were talking about and what's coming up, I can keep trying to do that for the major streams that we do, so that there's a bit of an understanding of what you can expect to see, rather than just us having to kind of say it at the start and hope that everyone remembers.
Saint Sir Nicholas can hear my keys clacking.
Oh yeah, I also
did not think that my mic was. Oh, so much for noise suppression.
But the difference is that I don't hear the final version of your audio. I hear the very first, right? I don't hear the suppressed version.
Oh, you hear the raw.
Yeah.
Raw audio.
I hear everything.
You hear the screaming babies and barking dog in the background. Well, I'm glad you can hear my keyboard. It's a nice keyboard. I'm very happy with it. I like to show it off. What can I say?
Have you guys seen how Mountain Bay 2 sieges look like from a strategy overview perspective? I've played.
I was thinking about my keyboard.
Sorry, Steve.
Things on topic, please.
I played quite a lot of Mountain Blade 2. So I guess the answer is like, and I'm assuming a lot of the Med 3 historical devs will be in a similar situation of what you know just love like historical focused games. So I'm sure they will have as well. That's not a great use of that. Okay. This is an absolute meat grinder over here. Although, I don't know if it's not fresh meat at least. Josh could never have a keyboard that nice. It's true.
You see why I say you have to be careful with Lux.
Yeah, I mean, my keyboards I have to use all of the ones that we've specifically bought that let us switch between different computers, and they don't have very clacky keys. But that's probably good, because otherwise you guys would only ever hear clacky keys.
Oh, guys, I don't have the clackiest keys, right? I could have clackier. I don't want clackier. I did not even think you could hear the clackiness. Now you tell me.
I think a fair few of these are unfortunately going to get away, but let's see if we can do some healing before they do.
When Bathsheba comes out, what can we expect from the FLC stuff in that patch? Is reworks or big features too much to expect from that patch? Nothing to share on the patch and stuff that's coming with Bashiva yet, but we will be talking more about some of that stuff in mid-April. So make sure you come back then to learn a bit more.
And also, I'll say this: a lot of the time, I know it's like we often have to say, "Oh, we'll talk about that at that point," or "We can't talk about that yet." I don't want that to discourage people from asking those questions. It is so useful to know what you guys specifically want to be knowing about, so that when we do plan, when it's, oh yeah, we'll be able to talk about that thing during that time frame. Knowing what we should be talking about there and what you guys want to hear discussed is absolutely invaluable. So even though sometimes we can't give the exact answer of this is the exact thing we're going to do, and it's more of this is the timeline you'll hear about it, us knowing what you want to hear in that timeline it just makes things really, really easy for us to make sure that we're hitting what you want to hear.
Yeah, it's also nice though to be able to give you a time frame at least.
Yeah,
like when I know that there's plenty of stuff that that we've said in the past that has been like, we haven't got anything to share, we'll share something in the future, and I know that phrasing in that term is a bit annoying and can get frustrating, and it's not a matter of hiding anything or keeping anything back. It's just purely a matter of that's the situation, is that it's something that's happening, but we don't have any news on timeframes yet. So to be able to tell you that we're going to talk about something in mid-April is very cool, because it means you can come back in mid-April and we'll talk to you about it.
Yeah.
Your interference threat.
I made real good friends with these ogres. So I did what everyone's saying I should do to Gorst with these guys, where we were at war for quite a long time, and I ended up just going taking one of their settlements and saying, let's end this, I'll give it back to you, let's be nice. And that's worked out quite nicely, but I don't think I'm ready to get invested in your wars. Yeah, go on then, actually. We're at war with the same person. Okay, we've defeated Alariel, which is fantastic. How much... Maybe we'll start with this then. Yeah, the Sword of Gain is doing a lot of heavy lifting, Steve. A lot of heavy lifting for me here.
Yeah, well, that's good to take advantage of it.
It is. We're lucky that that whatever happened there to cause... I just actually want to start getting some other units here as well. Let's not do that then.
Can you guys tell how many people are currently still working on Warhammer 3 non-DLC stuff? No. I don't know the number.
I was going to say, I don't think I'd know the number.
I don't know the number. No, I don't know the number.
I also think I wouldn't say it's like there's set numbers of anywhere, right? It's more of like we as a company work on these projects and on these different elements, and it's people float between those different things where they make the most sense to be at that time, rather than set person on thing A forever. I think a good example of that was we had them on stream for the High Elves stuff. The same person doing the High Elves rework was the same person making the new High Elf Lord, right? So those are two very different bits. Is that true? I think that's true. But that's also a person who was doing reworks earlier and doing DLC bits elsewhere. So it's what makes the most sense for them to be doing and where they can best be used, rather than like set role.
Yeah, it's kind of fluid, really.
I do some. I should keep.
I must promising reagent.
Do you have any favorite legendary lords that are in game right now? Who is? The problem is I do really like Scarbrand, but it does feel like a very vanilla answer. But that's because I love Angron in the World Eaters, and they look very similar.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say.
Don't say it.
I was going to say.
Don't.
Scarbrand.
You stole it. That's why I said it first. I don't know if I'm going to have the flies for that. Okay. I think this stream will end with me being able to take Gaian Vale. Gaian Vale? Gaian. Because it's like Gaia.
Can you do any new stuff on 40k? Not at the moment. Simple answer.
Yeah.
Not at the
Still
moment.
being
Everything's-
cooked up.
Yep, everything's bubbling away nicely.
Speaking of bubbling away, look at the Nurgle corruption.
Bubbly, bubbly, Nurgle.
All right. A tabletop-inspired battle in the More War series. I can float that to Will. I've been having a lot of chats with Will about stuff we could possibly do. I want us to do more like collaborative, you know, like the stream to the videos and back and forth stuff. It's just tough to line up because I decide what we're doing on stream much more willy-nilly than the kind of organization. Oh, I was going to say that actually doesn't look like they've got anything really scary in there. But I'd love to do. There's some stuff that I've got, ideas that I've got that I think would be really fun for you guys to see, but it's just going to be about getting the time to knuckle down and really plan it. Surely they would want peace now.
Leave me. I am.
Mo Diddley said, "Do you have any big characters that you like that aren't in the game?" I don't. I've been honest before that I didn't know a lot about Warhammer before working at CA, so I don't know as many. I don't really know of many characters outside of the world of the Warhammer games.
I'm not going to answer because I mostly learn a lot about characters that we are working on, so I'm not. And the ones we're working on that I like. So
well, there you go. Nice.
That's me. So yes, the answer is yes, I do.
Well, in that case, stay tuned for a happy Josh in the future.
One day, a happy Josh.
Oh, yeah, he's not happy now. One day.
Should I go finish? No, I feel like it's more of an insult to leave them. All right, how long have I got? I've got 8 minutes, and I think they're going to attack me on the end turn. So let's just see if we can take it out.
Do it.
There we go. Okay, so if we win this, we achieve the thing that we set out to do.
I think you can do it.
I think I can do it, but there's a lot of archers. It's a lot of archers. I should have got more frogs. Okay. I should have got more frogs. Do I want to rush? Do I want to rush? I'm Nurgle. Okay. They're probably going to go hunker over here. I guess I could try and put some pressure on them so that they don't have time to fully form up. And I think that makes the most sense to do.
Did you beat Avalon in the last battle against them?
I beat Alariel, yeah. So this is Alariel going back to the city, the capital city, and her friends turning up to say that wasn't very nice.
Yeah.
Let's put that in the middle. And to be fair, it wasn't very nice, but we're not playing the goodies. Okay, let's see how quickly I forget about a Beast of Chaos and it gets killed because it's got shot and I've forgotten about it. Right. I'm going to try and speedrun this, Steve.
Do it.
I'm hoping. I don't think they have...
Control A.
I don't think
Right
they have
click.
artillery that's... Yeah. I don't think they've started with Oh, they have started with artillery. That's fine. Yeah, I think I want to be disruptive here. I don't want them to have a loads of time to form up their lines here because they'll have two really strong lines if they do that. But I am the slowest faction. So what is that? Oh, that's my guy. I thought that was just one rotfly that had decided to really make a break for it.
Oh god, yeah, just charging ahead because of the speed.
Exactly. Shoot them.
Would it have been This is my non-technical brain here. Would it have been better to have them to move in formation?
Well, the thing is, I'm trying to get there sooner rather than...
Right, yeah, so you don't want to be limited by your slowest unit.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense, yeah.
Okay, so now we have to start... They are here, so now we've got to start thinking more carefully. Because there's going to be a bit of a melee there. Where is this guy? He's just going to be getting shot. Oh, he's not taking Alariel. That's not happening. Let's pull that back. Yeah, these Rotflies, they're going to be, I think, pretty important to making sure we can take out the archers. Okay.
Sabbaticus, so Control A literally just selects all your units. So if you do Control A, you select all your units. It's one of the secret tactics of Total War. Is you press Control A, and then you right-click on the enemy Legendary Lord.
Oh,
right?
this could be a good boil, Steve.
Good boil. Yes, it's not really a tactic that is very effective, but it's don't know what to do. Control A, right-click on the enemy Legendary Lord, and hope for the best.
Unless they're flying, in which case.
Oh yes.
I can take out them. All right. Oh.
Josh just called Steve a good boy. Boyle, a good boy. What I just said. Josh just called Steve a good boy with an exclamation mark, but it's an L. So I thought, thanks, Josh. Yes, I've lived for this moment.
Okay, let's bring him in now. Where do I want to be calling in the Sword of Cain?
Their reinforcements are coming in now, aren't they?
Can I just fly over and kill those guys?
So, because a lot of their units are in the trees,
Yeah.
do you have full visibility of all of their units?
I think so. Because I've got
Because you've
stuff in here.
engaged with them?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
got stuff in here as well.
I like to ask the simple questions, but you don't have any abilities that are giving you better visibility.
I don't think so, no. Okay, we only have a couple of boils left. So we're going to have to be careful what we do with them. All right, is any beasts of Nurgle not doing anything as I anticipated? All right. Let's see if we can get these Nurglings. So these are the explosive ones. I don't know how much... I very rarely blow these guys up, so... Not worth it. Not worth it. Definitely very centered around them, which I thought would be per Nurgling.
Oh, God, Greaves got some great questions. I have a question for you both. What's your favourite thing you've learnt about game design while working at CA? I feel like I need to think about that question. I don't know straight up. Like, I think it's just the whole process. Just all of it. It really sounds like such a wishy-washy answer, but genuinely, this is... so we're quite privileged here in that we have quite good visibility on what everyone does. Everyone's very communicative with each other and likes to talk about what they're doing, and we can reach out to people in different departments to just chat to them and get info and stuff. So yeah, like the whole process of all of it, like seeing animations come together, things like that, like seeing how concept art turns into 3D models, all that sort of stuff is great. Like I love that.
I think for me, I would say... I can't entirely remember the question, but I'll give you an answer.
What have you learned about game design while working at CA? Your favourite thing?
I think what I've learned is... or I'm going to answer the question that I thought I was going to answer, what I've enjoyed about. I've really enjoyed seeing the scalability. Like, I've worked on some of our smallest titles and some of our biggest titles, and seeing the exact same like passion and drive from the dev team but seeing how that works on all levels, right? Seeing the complete change in how those games are made has been absolutely fascinating to me, because it's all the same love of what they're doing, but seeing how things scale up from a team of 10 to teams of hundreds has been really, really interesting, and I think that's what I've enjoyed seeing happen and being part of
you've been
in some
here
ways. Nearly 9 years.
Yeah,
And I started on Arena for the context of, some of the smaller the smaller teams I've worked with up to, Warhammer 3.
yeah. I've been here. What have I been here? 3 years now. I think 3 years. Yeah, I've been here 3 years because Warhammer 3 was a year old when I joined here, and in that time, I've just been just amazed at seeing how all the stuff comes together. Really, just the audio side of it's really exciting as well. When we get to hear what's happening in regards to sound effects coming together and voice lines being recorded and all that kind of stuff. Seeing it all start as those little component pieces and then gradually come together into what we end up releasing is just it's awesome. I'd love to be able to spend more time learning more about it and just seeing how it all comes together. But and hopefully in the future we'll get opportunities to talk to you guys more about that sort of stuff. I would love to in the future be able to give more of the development team the opportunity to talk about what they do, because they love what they do, right?
There's one in particular that I have in mind who they've given some internal presentations about stuff that they're working on, and I've sat there I'd watch a stream of this. So I'm going to see what we can do to get that kind of stuff up there on streams, but as well as stuff like blogs and videos, the videos you worked on for the 25th anniversary had developers who'd never gotten the chance to speak about what they're working on before. So more of that kind of stuff I think would be cool. It's just finding the time to make sure that it's the right time to do it, and that I can give it the right amount of attention and focus to make sure that that's a fun and a successful experience for them. Whereas things like this, me and you can just boot up the game, see what stupid thing I've been doing, and chat about soup, which is
the best. This is the thing. This is the kind of general ethos of a community hangout stream, though, right?
Yeah, it is.
This is if you want to talk about soup, you want to talk about pastries. I didn't actually tell you my favorite pastry, but maybe I just won't. Maybe I'll hold that.
Save that for the next stream.
Yeah. Reason to come back. I like having these opportunities to just show you that I do talk about things.
You exist.
Other than video games. It's not normally soup and pastries, but
I already know what
why not?
I don't think I've ever seen a baseline evaluation that low.
Oh.
That's mad.
Oh yeah.
They're all in on it.
I will grant you the.
That is me being very hated by the elves there. But I think Steve, that is our stream. We did it. Well, I got the Sword of Cain, and we've taken Guy and Vale. I don't know I don't know how successful this would be long term. Looking around at hold on. We've got a few enemies. But I feel like there's no one Kagath now couldn't kill with that sword.
I do expect you to carry on this, right?
I'll
hold on
save
to it and see if we can do another have you carry on.
I will save it. So if we end up doing another community hangout before there's other content to show, then we will do. But I know we also owe a continuation of the Rome 2 campaign we started.
Yes, that is true. Just I will say as well, Nova, CA Nova in the chat responded as well to
Nice.
To Greer's question. Said my favorite thing about it is how cerebral it is. We work with some amazingly talented people who think about problems from so many different angles, and game design is both an art and a science, and it really is. And learning and seeing, I can vibe with that, because seeing how different people approach problems and approach challenges and approach situations is really just very eye-opening.
Yeah.
Great, it's amazing. I love it.
I will answer one last question, and then we will. So someone asked what difficulty it was. I think this was on hard.
Hard.
I did. I think I started on very hard hard. I don't like putting battles on above hard. But then when I realised how many rogue armies were on the way, I knocked it down to hard just to make sure I could actually get here. But hard is typically how I play for fun at home. Very hard is usually I'm only putting on for a stream. Yeah, that is us. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you everyone for the questions. As I said before, it's super useful to know, even if we can't answer them, what you guys want to have answered, so we can make sure that they will get answered, even if that can't be now. But that's pretty much from me. I think next week maybe maybe the Warhammer 1 launch build stream with Andy. It may not be, depending on availabilities there. But
watch this space.
I've wanted to do that stream for nearly 4 months. So
would that be aiming for Thursday?
It would be, yes.
Cool.
So that's the hope. And then the week after that, I have finally scheduled in the Three Kingdoms Couch Commanders. So that hopefully should happen.
Nice.
So yeah, keep an eye out. Well, if you don't see me next Thursday, then something went awfully wrong. But otherwise, it'll probably be me and you, Steve, won't it?
Yep. We'll be back for some more community hangouts. They're fun.
Yep.
And thank you for putting up with us for them.
Brilliant.
If you want to reach out at all, then you can usually find me in Discord and now regularly on Reddit as well. So feel free to reach out. Josh will go back and hide in his hole. So please leave him alone and let him hibernate.
Appear for the next stream and then disappear.
Cool.
Thank you very much,
thanks everyone. Enjoy patch 7.2. And we'll be back in the very near future.
We will. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.